Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who likes to get it done through the air. The Saints are top 10 in pass yards, and they're going up against the Broncos, who will need to be ready to cover a lot of space.
All right, Larry. Tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't throw up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
When Nick Fairley's on his game, he is your prototypical defensive tackle who can make disruptive plays. Great hands, really good quickness.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They run it again with Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Back 99. All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
Off play action. Goodman. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. On first down, it's Kelly. Flush to his right. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. On first down, it's Gurley. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Another carry now for Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Todd Gurley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down. Goodman. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw on second down. Goodman looking long for Thomas. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the gun on third down. Goodman. It's complete to Grant. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Goodman. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Kelly. Going to throw right side here, complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Eluding the pressure right. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
They'll run with D'Angelo Henderson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. The Broncos send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green. No. Check. Patriot.
Off play action. Goodman. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's got it up and through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Here we go.
To throw on second down. Goodman. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's an option play left. He may try and run for this. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And a little floater there is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here we go. Blue, land it. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No.
On 3rd down, Goodman. And he's got Snead. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Snap. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Runs over it. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. 2nd down and 4. Defense showing blitz. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Check four. Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goodman. And it's caught. And he is knocked down and then landed on pretty awkwardly at the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Goodman. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Knocks him over. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Gurley again here on first down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. That one one goes for 24 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Henderson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
20. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second down, 9 yards to go. From the pistol, it's Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Here we go now.
Kelly now on third down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg. Goodman. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam. Not
only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Again, it's Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Off the bootleg. Goodman. They'll roll him out right. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Darkwan. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's first and goal. Shift together here from the D-line.
Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard. Now let's go. Check. Green 19.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 5-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Off play action. Goodman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Back to throw. Goodman. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Goodman fighting for, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Looking to throw on second. Here's Kelly. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Frazier. 23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at FedEx Field. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Now Kelly. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing again. Kelly, a quick hitter, complete. It's Frazier. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On third down, it's Henderson, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. On second down, Kelly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Let's go! Detroit! Gone!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go! No, check, Patrick!
Off the play fake. Goodman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are.